Today, we will talk about the art of oral caresses for both men and women. It is usually part of foreplay for sex or sexual acts that will bring a partner to orgasm. When a woman engages in oral sex while sexually stimulating a man, it is called fellatio. A woman usually starts stimulation of men in the abdominal area, then gradually moves down to the thighs, buttocks, and penis. Because the inside of the mouth has a well-moisturized mucous membrane that serves as an ideal lubricant for the penis, men like fellatio. In all likelihood, this is also due to the fact that the outer lips of the vagina often have insufficient lubrication. During fellatio, women can kiss, lick, and suck the penis, as well as nibble on the scrotum, which gives men great pleasure. When a man resorts to oral sex, licking and nibbling on a woman's external genitals, and especially the clitoris, this form of stimulation is scientifically called cunnilingus. Often men do this to bring a woman to orgasm, preferring it to direct stimulation by hand or indirect stimulation during intercourse. Usually, men start caressing and kissing the woman in the navel area, moving then lower to the inner thighs, outer and inner lips, and the area around the vagina. All of this is an effective preparation for oral stimulation of the clitoris. Sometimes men's tongue penetrates inside the vagina, and through sharp back and forth movements tries to increase the effect of oral stimulation. Some women find this very arousing. The men's task is to encourage the woman to say or show as precisely as possible what kind of stimulation she prefers. Some women like it when men also place one or more fingers in her vagina during oral stimulation of the clitoris, as this has an absolutely crushing effect. Oral sex is one of the most intimate sexual activities that are pleasurable for both partners. However, some women during oral sex just lie there and cannot relax. Why? Perhaps it is because they don't know exactly how to behave so as not to cheat expectations. Perhaps they are intimidated by the stereotypes prevalent in society. Another reason why women do not like oral sex is their fear of male ejaculation and their dislike of the taste of male secretion, which they do not like to swallow. Sometimes women also avoid oral sex because they are afraid of contracting an infectious disease. Sometimes women choke or are afraid of choking during oral sex, and this scares them. In this case, women should learn how to control the situation better. After all, you can just kiss or lick the penis instead of trying to swallow it whole. Licking the penis should be done the same way one would normally lick ice cream on a stick. This is exactly what men like best. What part of the penis a woman swallows is her own business, if she does it at all. For men, it generally doesn't matter. Remember, the area where the glands are located at the base of the scrotum is the most sensitive, especially on the back side of the scrotum. During oral sex, a woman can prevent deep penetration of the penis by simultaneously massaging the base of the penis with her hand. It should also be remembered that the tip of the penis is extremely sensitive, and therefore during oral sex, a woman should stretch her lips so that they cover her teeth. Sex therapists often have to answer couples' questions. How do you keep passion alive in your relationship? Age and routine affect passion like poison on a fly. Maintaining passion takes effort from both. It's work and doesn't happen on its own. Fortunately, women are more likely to be satisfied with their sex lives if they are in a steady relationship versus seeking casual sex. Oral sex is a great opportunity to spice up your relationship and offer both partners new pleasures. Scientists have proven that the more often couples engage in sexual intercourse, the more likely they are to have a long-term happy relationship. A happy relationship is when people like each other and the relationship is good. Couples who forget about their sex life because of the fast pace of life and the excuse of children will soon find their tensions rising. Men love oral sex. Women are just learning how to enjoy it, and men are right to offer it to them. Oral sex is a great opportunity to spice up bed life and a chance to get out of the usual missionary routine. None of us want to feel like we are living in a time capsule where each successive day is a repeat of the previous one. But in a burst of passion, caressing the right places is extremely pleasant. And physiologically, a woman is like a wind-up toy, which the more you wind it up, the more intensely it works. For the lover of oral sex is important to find all her pleasure points. Men, treat it as a discovery of new lands. He who seeks will find. Beloved and herself probably does not know which places from caressing hands and lips will shudder with pleasure. But one area is more sensitive than others. It is the clitoris. Start oral sex by caressing the whole body and add sensuality with massage oil. A woman is inherently more inhibited than a man and needs psychological stimulation to bring her to orgasm. Some men and women actively resist oral stimulation or have not yet incorporated it into their sexual repertoire. This is due to psychological barriers. When arousal levels are high, women prefer lighter stimulation. Most men apply too much pressure. Too much sucking, pressure, or movement can cause discomfort very quickly. Men apply too much stimulation probably because they like it themselves and assume their partners feel the same way. They don't. The signs of arousal are somewhat similar in men and women, but you still need to know the differences. If even a woman has told her partner this, she should not be afraid to remind him every time he gets too enthusiastic. She should exercise tact, and you should respond accordingly. When your partner's clitoris is aroused and swollen, it needs very light stimulation. Regular, rhythmic stimulation is a good basic technique. Explore with your tongue where the most sensitive areas on and around the clitoris are, then combine tongue stimulation with sucking, light tongue thrusting, and then gently sucking the clitoris into your mouth. Experiment with quick and light tongue movements. The most effective movement is sometimes so light that there is barely any contact. The warmth of your mouth and the air movement from your breath may be enough to excite her in a few seconds. Intimate relationships are a purely individual process. To understand the tastes and preferences of your partner, you need to talk and agree on it. It is best to do this in a relaxed state after sex or other pleasant pastime. According to studies, people who discuss sexual matters feel less anxiety during coitus. Share not only experiences, but also fantasies. This will add liberation and freedom to the relationship. The art of caressing a man to a woman is a deep expression of feelings that strengthens the relationship and makes it richer and more harmonious. Every touch, every look, and every gesture can say more than words. How should a man love and touch a woman to make her love him even more? A man should touch a woman with respect and attention, taking into account her desires and moods. Light, gentle touches on her hair, neck, and shoulders create a sense of security and comfort. When a man touches a woman with love and respect, she feels his care and sincerity, which makes her even more open and ready to respond to his feelings. Every woman is unique, and her body tells its own story. A man should be sensitive and attentive, able to listen and understand the signals her body sends. By observing her reactions, he can learn what touches give her the most pleasure. It can be a light stroking, a gentle massage, or a deep embrace. It is important to be attentive to her reactions and find a balance between tenderness and passion. Caressing requires time and attention. A man should create moments of privacy and tranquility when nothing distracts them from each other. It can be a romantic evening at home, a walk in nature, or a relaxing bath together. Caressing should not be monotonous. A man can surprise a woman with new ways of touching, experimenting, and playing. The art of caressing is a combination of tenderness, respect, and attentiveness. A man who knows how to love and touch a woman with feeling makes her life brighter and happier. Each touch, filled with love and care, strengthens the relationship and makes it deeper and more harmonious. It is important to remember that love is not only a physical touch, but also an emotional bond that should be carefully maintained and developed.